What up, bosses? Your brand to BTR. I'm going to bring you something a little bit different today with patch version 42 incoming in the next week. I've been lucky enough to be playing on it for the last sort of 2 weeks. So it's one of the reasons why I got invited out to the Germany event was to play on some of the new Paragon patch and also play out on the new game Fortnite, which is super fun. But anyway, this video is going to be giving you a little look into how the new patch works, a brief breakdown of everything that's involved. I've done a lot of shorter videos that covers everything in more detail. I just wanted to do sort of like a whole gameplay video for you. You might want to sit back and you can skip through parts and see what happens. So I'm going to jump straight into things. We have a whole new deck system, as you guys will know. Again, I cover this in many different ways. But basically, we want to come here and we can create a new deck. We've got 2 different options we can go for. As I'm going to be playing a carry this game with TwinBlast, I'm going to go for Death on Chaos. This isn't necessarily the 2 strongest ones to go. Really, there's just so many ways you can actually build decks now, and it's really up to you to find what works good for you, right? I don't think there's really any wrong or right ways at the moment, especially with the patch not even being out yet. Once it does come out, even for the next month or 2, people aren't going to really have a clue on what's right or wrong to go for. So with that selected, we've now got a total of around about 50 cards to choose from. Each card's got different values that you're going to see in the top left. For example, this one costs gold. This one costs health. This one costs damage or agility. I believe that's called vitality. And then there's another one which costs intellect, as you'll see here. Something that we'll talk about when we actually get into the game. So you can pick up 12 cards. You're going to use 3 cards in game. So I'm going to quickly just build a quick little deck. I'm not going to go into too much detail to what I'm actually doing here. As I say, I did break this down into more details. I just wanted to give you a quick rundown on how things actually work. So we've just got to scan through things. I've got to find some cards that, I feel that I might kind of want. Again, at the moment, there really isn't anything too, it's up to you. And as you guys haven't played on it yet, it's hard to say. And I haven't put enough anywhere near enough game time to really know. There's just so many cards to test out. And I found some cards that I do enjoy using, and maybe some decks that you're just going to use it over and over again. But we'll see how things go out. It's certainly going to be interesting, and especially when some of the pros actually know what they're talking about, we can kind of copy some of their decks, I guess, right? They got it down. My newbie ass doesn't have a clue when it comes down to these kind of deck things. So I'm just going to quickly chuck in this. I'm going to go for those bad boys. So we've gone for a total of 12 cards. We don't need 12 in there. And we don't need to have up to 12. It's up to you. You could just run 3 if you really wanted to. But it's nice to have those options. And you can sell them back and you don't lose anything for doing so. So here, this is our agility tree, agility, vitality, and intellect. You have 6 gems. And you want to choose, you can put 2 in this one, 2 in this one, and 2 in this one. And any one you wanted. It's something I'll talk about a little bit, how this actually works a little bit later on. So I'm going to go for here. We're going to go for, so we have the option of all these ones here. We can choose which ones. Some give me cooldowns. Some of them are some of the same. It's a bit weird. Some are exactly the same and some aren't. So I'm sure that's something that's going to be changed when the patch actually properly goes live. So for example here, when we take damage that leaves us under 30% health, we actually start to regen. So I'm going to go and put a point on that. The next point I'm going to go for is that we do additional 2% damage to heroes for every 10% missing health, or you can go for fast travel, or I believe you can go for wealthy, which increases our gold. For the sake of this video, we're going to go for ruthless. And as you can see here, they all do the same here. Some, you will notice, do actually give you additional stats. Next up, we have one of the OPS tiers, I think, in game, is multi-shot, which basically makes your auto attacks do 3, so you fire 2 additional projectiles on top of your standard one, which is super OP. So you can see here, this gives us power, that one gives us mana, attack speed, power again. So I'm going to go for power here. And then we have empowered rounds, or we can go for example, we can go for duelist, which take less damage from the hero we hit. Or we can go for piercing, which basically ignores their armor. So I'm gonna go for piercing. Why not? Hey, let's go for the one which gives us some additional. That gives us ability damage. That gives us tanky stats. That gives us mana regen. So I'm gonna go for the one that gives us health, I guess. And then finally we have Bounty Stalker, which grants attack speed and stacks up along with power. Critical hits. Our critical hits have more chance. Or we can go for Relentless, which basic attacks no longer apply a combat penalty. Not 100% sure what they actually mean by that. But I'm going to go for the one that gives us critical hits, because we're an OG like that. Okay, so with that selected, we've got 5 gems. We just need to put a gem in another tree now. This is up to you, and you have to actually work with something that we'll talk about. You have to have the right balance between this and the deck you're actually building. So I'm going to decide to put one. Let's go for reduce basic damage taken. That's not necessarily the right one, but for the sake of this, we're just going to chuck it in there. We're going to call this testy test, as we jump into some gameplay to show you how it actually works out. Cool. Alright, so we're going to jump into, like I say, at the moment there is just nobody on at all to actually really play with. There's only, I don't know how many people they actually put on the PBE, but it's pretty much shutting down right now, and there isn't much people to play with. So we're going to just jump into a bot game. Quick and easy. I put it on the quickest one purely as we want a quick pace video, you know. There isn't really much freaking benefit from just sat here shooting bots for 40 minutes, right? I want to get in there quick as easy to show you how the gameplay works, show you how the new changes work, and also give you an idea of how the gameplay works, because the attack speed's changed a lot, and something that you're going to actually notice as we jump into this. Alright, as soon as we jump up, here we go. So we're now brung upon a new screen that when we go in, and this has all your decks. So your decks you can use for any champion. So I could jump on to Severug now, and I could use that deck we just built, right? So we went for what we had, Testy. That was our deck. So here you're then granted with a whole different world, right? So we've got a agility tree, vitality tree, and intellect tree. Basically this works, you've got 1,000 gold. By using, to put 1 point in agility, that's going to cost you 1,000. When you put a point in that tree, whichever one you choose, that point is locked in there forever. So if I put a point in agility now, I can't put that point in vitality. When I get another 1,000 gold, I can choose to put that point in vitality. So if I put my point in agility right now, this basically unlocks some cards. You can see here this 1 damage we were talking about. So for me to actually have this card, I need to have 1 point in agility. For me to unlock this one, I need to have 13. For me to unlock this card, I need to have 4 points in vitality and 4 points in intellect. So this is what I talk about, you need to have the right balance. When I do actually decide to use my point what I have, so we have 1 point available, and we're going to say put it on this one, Cold of the Week, it doesn't remove my point that I actually put into it. We can just use it to spend to buy cards. So, you know, we're still going to get the additional stats that they gave me. Going down the agility tree, it basically gives you attack speed and basic armor. You don't get any additional damage. To get additional damage, you need to buy cards. With this card, we can actually then unequip it and we get that point back, and I can switch out for another one, for example. Or we could go back for the same card that I used earlier. So you can do that for any card. The one you do have to watch out for is something I found a little bit earlier the hard way, is the gold. If you want to save up 7,000 gold, and that means you don't put any points in here, so you're not actually gaining any strength, you're not getting any bonus strength, so really it's 7,000 gold's worth of stats that you're not using. If you choose to actually sell that card or take it back, you will lose that 7,000 gold, and that's gone forever. So something you want to watch out for. So once you're actually in lane and you're farming and you get another 1,000 points, you can actually use those 1,000 points in lane. You don't have to return to base, which is a cool thing. And that's, like I say, one of the things with the 7,000 one. You know, you got 7,000 worth of stats, which is like 7 points, which is basically another gem you unlock through that. And it could be making yourself a lot stronger. Bots are OP, right? So right now, if we press G, what we can do is we can actually put a point into my agility. I want to max out agility as quick as possible. That's my sort of build I'm going for here. Like I say, again, if you want a certain card, maybe you're going to have to put 2 points vitality or 2 points in intellect and blah-de-blah-de-blah. And that's something what I was trying to talk about when we were quickly creating that deck. There's so many different ways to play this game, and there's so many different strategies you can go for, and you know, it's hard to say what's right and what's wrong. I think there's going to be some optimal builds here. But you know, for the next month, I'm sure when playing this game, it's going to be pretty damn hectic. But one thing you can notice right now is definitely the attack speed, right? I'm literally holding my finger down on the mouse. Normally, I'd be constantly clicking my mouse and then click, click, click. Because attack speed is just so fast. I think it's too fast, especially to be at this moment at level 2, just to be able to stand here and just be like hitting this. Like, you know, to be honest, I can afford to miss some autos. Sure, my autos don't do massive amounts of damage, but once we actually start picking up some items which do grant us damage, it's just going to be freaking absolutely crazy. And if you're a pro player, like a master level, you know, who doesn't miss auto attacks, then you know, God have mercy on you. So, for me, I think the attack speed at the moment is way, way, way too OP. I'd love to know how you guys feel about it, but yeah, definitely a bit too strong. Something that you're going to know. So again, we want to be constantly upgrading our bonuses. You know, we want to be making the most out of those points, as that additional attack speed gain there is pretty damn nice. But again, you know, maybe if we want to go for that 7,000 gold item, then we want to make sure that we're not actually spending any of those points on that tree. We'll look to try and take down this turret pretty quickly here. We get those bonuses. So the way to collect gold, I have touched on this on a video which covers the stats a bit more. The way to collect gold is by killing turrets, killing minions, killing champions, getting assists, the gold buff, all the jungle buffs. The only thing that doesn't actually give you any XP is the river buff. Also on top of that, the amber link does give you gold, and you do progressively get, oh, we can actually get the turret, oh no. Go how I imagined to. You also do get gold like every 5 seconds, I believe. You get around about 20 gold. I think it works out that. Like I say, I do touch it on in the other video. In a bit, my brah. So as you can see, we currently now have 2,000 gold. I can go, for example, there was some card that I wanted that needed intellect, so but vitality, sorry. So I'm going to put it in here, and it tells you what we're going to get. So we're going to get a bonus 0.5% health regen, and also bonus health. So, you know, we can put, if we're struggling it, I mean, we want a bit more health regen in lane, we can put some points in there. So it's all sort of mix and match. And also you want to work towards what point you're going for. You know, I could put this point here in any one. You know, I could actually decide that I want the final point in vitality, but obviously it's going to take me a lot longer to get to that gem, and maybe in game I'll never actually get to the point where I use it, and it's kind of wasted, right? When we could have put it on the level 1 one, and you know, we get that benefit straight away. But obviously the level 1 one isn't as strong as what the level 5 one's going to be. One thing you will notice about bots these days, they do actually follow you around. Something I also wanted to touch on, you may see every time I last hit a minion, there's like a little card that's coming above my head. Basically that's the item that we picked up earlier. It's has look at every time you last hit a minion with 20%, it just insta kills them. And you can see that's what that card's basically resembling what happened. I don't think it's necessarily needed, really. You know, you're gonna see it come up again. No, it didn't come up. I think we killed the minion too quickly. But yeah, I don't think that is needed, and it gets a little bit annoying after a while. It's not a massive nuisance, not something that's going to bum me out too much, but I don't think it's necessarily needed there. So again, another 2,000 points to spend. We want to try and max it out, as in a second we're going to get our next big point, which is going to basic assassin, where we deal additional 2% damage for every 10% of missing health. So, you know, pretty nice. So for example, say if I was saving up that 7,000 gold to get the 100 attack damage, you know, I'd be missing out on that stat, which, you know, it's a bit of a bummer, right? But at the same time, it comes down to your playstyle. But trying to save up 7,000 gold is a lot. But hey, you might be getting super fed, and you might be able to actually be in the position to do so. You know, every game is different. Obviously, every game probably won't be going as easy as this. Bots aren't the smartest, but I just really wanted to try and give you something, an idea of how the game kind of feels at the moment, going into version 42, and as you've got to wait a week before you get the chance to play on it. One thing I am really looking forward to is patch 43, when we actually start to see the map updated, which I think is going to be towards the end of September. Just super sweet. It was actually meant to be in this patch now, but they're not in a position to actually do it, which, no, it's fair enough. I'd rather wait than them try and rush it out, and, you know, all becomes a bit of a mess. There's enough for people to actually try and deal with anyway with this whole new card system change. Oh, Grux. Saved the life with a gadget right there, bro. So now as we have actually died, we can actually check out our shop by pressing Ctrl G. We can see what items we have. So, for example, at the moment, we can't actually buy any other cards, but if we put another 2 points in here, this is actually going to be able to unlock Wound Seeker, which basically is a card that ignores basic attack against critically wounded targets, and also Hunter's Blight that attacks Blight to critically wounded targets. I'm not 100% sure what all these meanings mean. It needs to be a bit more cleared somewhere. Maybe they need to have like a definition rule in-game, as it doesn't really fully mean too much to me. So you're going to notice at the moment we only have 4.9 basic attack damage. That's my stat. By getting this card, it's going to increase our power by an additional 16 and attack speed by 18. So all the stats from Vitality go in there, and Agility. And again, if I want to, I can unequip that and get those stats back and look to get something a bit more powerful when the time comes. At the moment, we can't afford anything else, so we're going to go for that bad boy. The only real change to the map that you will actually notice really is this like little shadow plane. I believe you actually gave you movement speed, but I don't think it longer does. I believe that's actually an item that actually grants you that now. Something that I think is super weak at the moment is the jungle. bit disappointed how the jungle feels as a jungler. Something I've again touched about in one of my shorter videos, looking at how junglers actually go. It feels so boring now because by putting 1 point in vitality with the gem that gives you lifesteal, literally jungling you can stand there and there's no need to kite minions, which is not very fun. So I'm hoping it's something that they Paragon maybe do in the future, or going into version 43 as they update the jungle by making new camps with mechanics. For example, the League, you've got the Gromps or the Sky. I think they're called the Gromps. Then spawn like mini Gromps and then mini Gromps on top of that. Stuff like that would be nice to make the jungle a lot more interesting. The jungle feels very plain and boring at the moment, especially with this patch and the increase in attack speed. Like you can clear through camps without blindfolded, which isn't very good, right? Unless you just want an easy win, I guess. So what I want to try and do is just farm up enough points. Again, you can see that we've now actually got 3,000 points, so we want to be continually trying to spend those. I want to show you the multi-shot before we actually look to end this game, as multi-shot is just crazy. But also with the attack speed, it allows you to take objectives a lot more quicker. Once you get on the turret, if you're left alone unchecked on a turret, you are going to kill it pretty damn quickly. Also goes for raptors. You and a teammate will kill raptors pretty damn quick. And once you actually have this multi-shot talent, you can quite easily solo raptors easy as a carry. But again, we've got super fed here because these are bots, so the game won't be moving as quickly as this. But your attack speed just feels as quick as you saw from the start. My attack speed was crazy before we even started actually getting kind of fed anyway. Look at Greg do a little jump. I like this little jump he had there. This little victory jump. I like it. Beautiful. That was beautiful. Alright, we almost there. Oh, one more point to go. Yeah, it's annoying with that little bug where we have to press escape, but I'm pretty sure by the time you bosses are playing on the game mode, it should be of them taken out. But look at it. Literally, if you don't miss an auto, like they are kind of level 3 to my level 10, but nonetheless, if you don't, that does make a bit of a difference. But if you just constantly land those autos, man, have mercy. Have mercy. Alright, I think we actually have it, so there we go. So we now unlocked our level 13 talent, which now, as you can see, we now shoot 3 projectiles. Which is pretty damn dope. So before, obviously, we'd shoot 1, then 1, then 1, but now we just shoot 3, then 3, then 3, which is just super crazy, and it just makes for killing objectives just so crazy. I quickly show you as we go do raptors, and then we'll look to finish this game up. But if you guys have any questions, I've played quite a bit on the game, on this new patch. So I've got an idea of how things feel, and also, PvP is a little bit different. Of course, it's always going to be different, 2 bots, but I just wanted to give you a general idea. As we've got a week to wait now, and try and give you a thirst for the game. All right, but you can see if we come into raptors, literally how easy it is to take them out by having this triple attack. You got some. Unfortunately, though, with the triple attack, the range is actually pretty short. I don't think there's unless we stand here. I'm not sure that's gonna work out. Cool. So, for example, if we want some mana now, we put it in there, and then we could go for another point in there. That's actually going to give us mana regen. So you may decide in game, look, I'm struggling for some mana here, so I'm going to put a point in my intellect, even if you necessarily don't even need intellect in your build. You've got the option of changing up and going down that route, right? Some cards in my deck do need intellect, but it's all trying to find what works for you and trying to have that right match. But at the moment, I quite like rushing down the agility because you get crazy amounts of attack speed, and also you get the multi-shot at level 13, which is super, feels super strong, right? So yeah, GG. I'll give you a little idea of how the end game now works. I'm hoping that what they do bring back is the victory screen, something maybe if you guys, it was before Monolith on the actual, I believe it was Zagora, what was the actual name of the map, was at the end of the game you actually got to see your champions. Something like that would be super cool to have brought back. But yeah, you can see here we've got a KDA, the minion, I believe that's our minions farm there. You can see that I put 13 points down my agility tree, 2 down vitality, and then 2 for the intellect. This tells you what gems were used at the moment. Hovering over them doesn't actually tell you what they were, so maybe that's something that's going to be changed. And also then next to it we have the cards that we were used. So we now come up with our character. We actually did level up during that. So we get experience like we normally would do. We're going to get our rep. We have no boost active. With PBE victory we get 2 stars. Oh, we did level up. So we're actually going to get a golden chest for that. How about that? We can open that up in a second to show you about that. But I also done a video touching on chests. As chests have changed now. There's a new veteran chest. A lot has actually changed in this. So we've got 20 stars there. 13 quest completions. Pretty sweet. And so yeah, basically reward summary works pretty much similar to how it did before. Might actually get a diamond chest as well. Tease me. Oh, look at that. Oh, claim my reward. Yeah, I'll take that. Only 20 more gems to go. Might be in luck of getting Roxy Boy. That would be the dream, right? That would be the dream. So we'll quickly open up a chest to finish it up on. But I have done a lot more shorter videos. If you guys want stuff broken down in more detail, I thought I would just do a whole video trying to show everything off, as I can kind of ramble on, and maybe I'll talk about things that maybe I missed, and whilst in the other videos maybe I've talked about other stuff. So you now see when you get gold chests, I believe you still can get skins in them. I haven't at the moment, but you're just going to get cards now. It's the only way to actually get cards at this moment in time. There is meant to be a rep store coming out, so maybe you're going to be able to buy cards. I don't know. You can't craft them at the moment. And really, there isn't that many cards to get. There's only like 100 cards in total, which is quite a small amount compared to before. And you can't have double cards either. Before, like, you used to be able to have like 6 of the same cards in the same deck, whilst you can only have 1 at the moment. So maybe that's something that's going to change. We do actually get a loot crate key in my diamond chest, which is pretty cool. I believe also in my previous game while I was messing around before this one, I did actually have a crate as well. So we'll open up a crate. How about this? You guys are going to get to live in all my glory. So yeah, we got a key then, which is pretty nice. And a crate from earlier. Here we go. I'm waiting for that. I want the pink Sparrow skin. That's what I'm hoping for. But I don't hold out much hope. Well, I got Feng Mao. That's pretty cool, right? First Guardian Feng Mao. I'd take that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So normally he comes out here, right? I think it's just all a little bit bugged at the moment. Something you also will notice is obviously we're now level 53, going up to a total of 99 these days. But yeah, again, I cover things in a lot more detail in the other videos I uploaded. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If there are any questions, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll try and get back to you as quick as possible. Anyway, guys, only a week to go, and you're going to be able to live in patch version 42, and I'd love to hear what you guys feel about it then as well. Take it easy, and have a great day. Peace.